When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide all the planets, and Aquamarine will have a great time in November. November. Do you know what, my gorgeous Aquamarines? You have been waiting for this moment in time. A bit of a break, a bit of a new beginning, a bit of an excitement, but also at the same time the whole new starting point is actually going to take place by the time we get to the last part of November 2020. I think one of the most important things that are actually going to happen in between the 24th and the end of that month, in between the 24th and the 30th of November, because my lord, it is about the confidence that you are going to get and the confidence that you are going to gain. Not that I'm saying that you need more confidence, but this is more about your own personal achievement, and it's also so precise. It's so significant to you that this is just going to change absolutely everything. I repeat, this is to do with your own personal confidence on a much higher level, because on one hand, it's all about the confirmation. On another hand, you know, it's time to like really relax and reward yourself, baby. But then again, it is just going to bring you the whole new, fresh burst of the actual inspirational energy, which is also going to take over. It's gonna really be very strong point at around the end of November indeed. But also on another hand, you know, I do have to say that December, my gorgeous Aquamarines, it's going to be just as important, it's going to be as powerful, because something, you know, that you expected, you know, I'm going back to November now, of course. Something that you expected, you know, the reward, the direction, you know, is just going to turn out even a little bit better, more successful. And that in itself is going to really make you realize how powerful you are, how unique you are, how beautiful you are, how special you are. But most importantly, it is really going to single out, you know, what exactly do you need to pay attention to. Listen, my baby, this life is to live. If we don't make this life interesting for us, there is no point, you know, like no worth living. You know, I know it sounds like, oh my god, dark lallish again, but I'm just saying that you are the one who create your own happiness. You are the one who create your own excitement. And if something seems off, it's something seems weird, and it's something seems really strange to you, you are smart, you are clever, you're very intelligent, and you are most certainly going to be able to notice this, because you're so psychic, you know, you're an empath. I said this many times. So there is going to be the way you're going to change your mind, you know. This is also going to happen in between the 24th and the end of November. You're just simply going to change your mind around a certain situation that is so dear to you, that is so important to you, and it's involving someone very special in your life. And this is also going to create a new starting point, which is going to help you to realize kind of like certain time span, and it's going to readjust you a little bit. But then again, this is pretty much needed. So number 3 is going to be the direct response when it comes to the actual time span and the way out of the situation that you're going to find yourself in that no longer serves you anymore. But this is, as I said, this is nothing unusual. I mean, it's not nothing unusual. This is nothing that is completely going to surprise you, so you kind of saw this coming. Somebody very close to you, it's going to kind of like surprise you, but again, like not in the best possible way. It's again just going to confirm to you exactly who do you need to be careful about, who do you need to watch for, and who do you need to kind of avoid at the same time. The 24th of November, I really like it, you know, because the 24th of November, it's also like the time that you can imagine like a little portal that is about to open. But this portal that is about to open is basically going to kind of to start with, you're going to receive a very important message, okay? You're going to receive a very important message, but then again, it is more about the actual experience. It's about the emotional experience that you're going to have. It's going to start on the 24th and right until the end of that month. This is going to be very relevant. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You've got all these days to play with, and it's so good. When I say that you've got all these days to play with, try to like a kind of like a test your personal energy and try to test your personal vibration. You will see it's going to be very interesting the way people will respond to you, and on another hand, it's going to be very interesting how powerful your personal energy is going to be. And again, this is nothing unusual at a time of reward. As I said, it is going to trigger something within you, and that is going to affect your personal vibration, and that in return is going to make you very magnetic, extremely magnetic. When it comes to those things that you would like to, when it comes to those things that you wish to kind of to enter your life, okay? So baby, use this to the best of your advantage, or to the best of your abilities. Now 24th, this is like a golden little time for you, my gorgeous aquamarines. You know, it's going to be wonderful. Not only you are going to have a really powerful like emotional experience, but use this time wisely when it comes to planning, when it comes to thinking, when it comes to focusing, when it comes to future planning, and when it comes to any type of manifestation and things like that. You know, just follow your head, you know, follow your spirit by doing things that are really surprising you. There are going to be 3 interesting things that you're going to find yourself being connected to at this moment in time, and this is a very sacred time because all these 3 things are going to come from deep within, something that you really need to pay attention to, and something that it's also going to prove certain things along the way, and something that it's also going to bring you a very important reminder. On another hand, you know, in the stage and the period in between the 24th of November and the end of that month, you know, as I said, you're going to have an important emotional experience which is going to be connected to the certain encounter. And then on another hand, you know, I just want you to understand that this is also going to be the very specific time where your psychic abilities are going to be very heightened in this. Just remember, at the same time when you kind of are gonna have a moment like, oh my god, I feel so different, you know, at the same time, at that similar time, you just need to understand that there will be like a very special invitation that you need to that you're going to get, and that invitation that you're going to get is just going to help you so much to get the actual understanding of the certain person in your life, and that is pretty much needed at this moment in time, because it's going to help you to understand the situation when it blows up later on. I'm not blows up, oh my god, no baby, no, but there are certain changes that are going to start happening when it comes to your life, when it comes to your emotions, and they're going to be good, but most certain it's going to require from you to make a necessary adjustment and redirections as well. So it's all going to happen at the right time, one step at a time. Just remember, this time it's also going to bring an absolutely remarkable moment in time when it comes to you having an insight from the actual from the moment when you relax yourself. So whether you are going to have an insight when you are sleeping, whether you're going to have an insight while you're dreaming, you know, whether you're going to have an insight like as soon as you wake up in the morning, whether you're going to have an insight like when you're sitting down, you're just chilling out, and then suddenly you're like, oh my god, you know, or whether you're going to have an insight when you're like grounding yourself, whether you're going to have an insight if you're like in the nature, because you know when we are in the nature we benefit from it like on a much higher level. You know, we get all sorts of directions given to us because we raise our vibration to a very high and spiritual level, and this is why in return we get so many we rejuvenate ourselves, and that brings the balance back. And then once we have a balance back, then we are starting to feel connected to all sorts of things. And now this is the time when we get these insights. You know, it's important because it's to do with our passion, and it's to do with who you are, and it's just something that's going to become obvious to you why you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. You know, this is so deep, it's so important, it's so it's something that you understand, but you're just kind of like still doing, but you shouldn't be doing it. And it's to do with your life, it's to do with your personal life, it's to do with your personal decision that you made, you know. So it's all kind of gonna become quite passionate when it comes to this, but this is purely because you know you will feel that the change is coming, and you're gonna start feeling very, very strongly indeed, you know. Someone is gonna listen to me, baby. Someone is gonna like start to pressurizing to make some kind of decision. Just remember what Sashita said. No, baby, no. If somebody's pressurizing you to make a decision, then just definitely no. But then you're so powerful when it comes to being an empath, you know, in general. So now this month it's only going to highlight all these things for you anyway. But if you are like feeling pressured to make a certain decision by someone, you know, this month, just remember, but in particular, very powerful stage in between the 24th and the end of the month, which is quite a lot is going to happen that last week, my lord, because it's going to be very spiritual. Just make sure you understand to not don't rush into, if someone tried to push you to make a decision, just don't rush, you know, take your time out, you know. Most certainly by the time you get back, the whole situation is going to be completely different, because there is an understanding that you are going to have the second time around that you wouldn't have at this moment in time. And this is because if somebody rush into something, because you're gonna use this empath feeling, the power, the psychic feeling of your being an empath, it's going to enhance itself while you're sleeping. So therefore you're gonna be able to get hold of the information and realization that you wouldn't normally have while you're sleeping without you even realizing. Sounds crazy? I know. Important? Yes. Okay. Also, this time it's very significant when it comes to the actual you know, an emotional contentment. It's a brilliant time when it comes to the actual success, a personal success with things that you have been focusing on, like your family, things that you have been focusing on, your best friends, you know, your partners and things like that, things that you have been working on. There is going to be really wonderful outcome that you are going to have at the same time. And also, most certainly, this is the time when people who you can trust are going to be very significant. Okay, this is always like significant indeed, but you will see that the certain questions that you're gonna have are going to bring us uncertainty and confusion at around the end of the month, in particular when it comes to the 24th of November until the end of that month. Just remember that people who you can trust are going to be playing a really big role. Aquarius. Mwah. You see, this is what I'm saying to you, and I need you to understand this, you know. On another hand, you know, don't think negatively. This is the actual subtraction like of this, like for example the reflection of this powerful, strong, significant energy. Do not waste this energy by bringing yourself down, because if you bring yourself down at this moment in time at the end of November, like you're just gonna like, oh no, you're just gonna stay down. No, baby, no. This is the time when you just bring yourself up by thinking optimistic, by being positive, and that way you will enhance your energy, and that way you will magnetically attract things around you. So don't waste this time for the negative thoughts or energy, because you're going to manifest it. So please try to understand this. This is very important. On another hand, what else I was going to say, this the November is going to bring a great time for joy and success, you know, a brilliant epiphany, you know, a brilliant epiphany that is going to lead to a magical opportunity. My gorgeous Aquamarini, this is the most important thing that I'm going to say. This is the most huge, massive, enormous thing. It's so huge. It's like, oh my God. Oh my Lord. It is just came out and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be huge. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me, Aquamarinis. In between the 24th of November and the end of that month, you are going to have an amazing epiphany. a brilliant epiphany, which is going to lead to magical opportunities. Just remember the bottom line, something that is so important and so powerful for me to say to you, for you to understand that in between the 24th of November, the end of that month, you are going to have an absolutely mind-blowing, brilliant epiphany, which is going to lead towards magical opportunities. Oh my God. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's for November 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Love you. And it's for November 2020. I mean, oh my God, you know, you waited for the reward. This is gonna be very strong month when it comes to your personal reward, and I'm happy for you because at least you will be able to move on finally. I say finally because karmic baggage is slowly gonna get off you now. Thank Lord for that, because it's going to help you from feeling so restrained. And this is the first time in a long time, my gorgeous Aquamarini, where you're gonna find yourself feeling so light, you know, when it comes to your energy and when it comes to your vibration. And it's gonna be good because it's going to give you the opportunity to do other things and focus on other things in life as well at the same time, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Do you know what is your number this month, huh? Do you know Aquarius number 1 is your number? I mean, this is very powerful. This is very good, and it's also giving you a very strong power, which is going to reflect on you throughout this month. Not only we are in November, which is 11th month of the year, of course, 11, like ooh la la. It's a very emotional and very powerful month and very significant month when it comes to our achievement and when it comes to the new beginning. But at the same time, number 1, it's giving you the power, and number 1, it's also going to protect you. It's a very lucky number when it comes to its particular energy, which means that it's giving you the power to try things for the first time, to start things for the first time, to begin things without the fear of a failure or without bringing yourself down. On one hand, it gives you the control over a situation in a very powerful way, but on another hand, it just kind of prevents you to have a mistake. And even if you do have a mistakes, when you do things, you don't get affected by them as such. Very magical, very powerful, and very significant. It happens to people when they're going through a lot of negativities, when they're like struggling a lot, when they're emotionally doing lots of things, you know. And now this is the time of kind of like reward, basically, because karmically, you know, this is a positive and optimistic time, and it's like a reward, basically. So now number 1 also meaning numerology that this is covering your whole month, and you are going to have a very important new path being revealed to you at the same time. I really like it, but it's also very important for you to understand that this is all about being dedicated, protective, apprehensive as well. So you have to understand to plan carefully before taking any action, you know. But then of course this is the time to get going. Most certainly you need to remember also pay attention to details, okay, and wait for perfect timing. You will most certainly have a very specific sign by somebody like a guardian angel or somebody who's watching over you. Most certainly you are gonna become aware of it, and this is gonna be your sign when you feel this. There is a very special opportunity behind the corner, and the number 3, it's going to be the time span connected to the special opportunity. So this is what you will know. The sign could come in the form of a little feather, or it could be like a smell, like you can smell somebody's food who used to cook in your life, or all sorts of, you know, it can happen in all sorts of ways. But then most certainly you will know what to do at that moment in time. What else I was going to say to you, know, number one, it's also bringing you an amazing compromise, very powerful compromise. And just remember that this is the time of self-control, patience, and balance, and that is in itself going to give you the gift of like talking yourself out of the problem, you know, in the best possible way, by making the situation negative in between you and somebody else. You know, the certain problem, certain issue that is slowly going to start resolving itself by you acting in the right way directly with that person in such a way, because the balance is going to be absolutely perfect. What number one also means, you know, my babies, you are most certainly on one hand going to hear about the certain seeds that you have planted. You know, you will know that you've planted them really, really well. But on another hand, this is the whole month super powerful and important when it comes to planting the actual seeds, because now this moment in time, if you do it in November, seeds are going to be planted really, really well. Efforts that you make and investments that you make at around this time in November are most certainly going to be rewarded in the future. But you need to understand that there is a patience that is very highlighted and very important. Do not worry unnecessarily, and also this is a brilliant time to plan for future at the same time, you know. On another hand, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you know, I like it because it's just all about the reward, about enjoying the actual fruits of a labor, and that in itself, you know, it came through the hard work. So karmically, this is an important moment in time, and also at the same time, you're gonna really, really enjoy this. Just remember, this is the time for action. Creative projects will be very successful. It's to do with abundance and prosperity. So my gorgeous Aquamarini, your vibration is going to be like a very, very powerful. So you're going to be like, oh my god, like that. You're going to be very vibrant. You know, in fact, you're going to feel the energy that you didn't feel in a long time. This is not only going to reflect on you like physically and energetically, my darlings, but it's also going to reflect on you when it comes to your planning, and when it comes to you finally kind of having all sorts of ideas that you didn't have before. And instead of bringing yourself down and torturing yourself, you know, you'll just be able to see things in a completely different light, especially if you were blaming something for yourself, you know, especially if you ended up blaming yourself for something, you know. So it's important time, you know, to give birth to your dreams, my babies, indeed. Okay, what else I was going to recommend to you, absolutely, most certainly, and very, very important, it would be to actually get something like, look at this, absolutely gorgeous chakra pendant. This is a perfect month of November and December and even January and even February for your personal balance. This is something that you're really going to benefit from. On one hand, this is going to protect you. On another hand, it's going to help you to ground yourself. And then again, it's brilliant to get that state of meditation at the same time pretty quickly, and also to make decisions, you know, when we are like kind of like a really doing things that are very important for our future planning, which this month is going to be super significant. In particular, this chakra pendant with the perfect balance of crystals is not only balancing you out, but it's just helping you, you know, to have a perfect balance in between spiritual, physical energy, you know, which just reflects on you at the right time when you know, kind of like talk to the important people. It's fantastic to express yourself when we are like working, when we are doing things, when we are trying to achieve things. It just redirects us on the right path, you know, but at the same time it helps us to beautifully spiritually grow, you know, because it helps us to have this perfect balance. This gorgeous chakra pendant, it's of course, it's like gorgeous sterling silver, and it comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. By buying things from my channel, sorry, you're also supporting my channel, my gorgeous people, as well. So now I'm just going to do this now. I'm going to take one of the oracle cards. Bam, 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 bam. Oh dear. Oh, hidden realms create a conscious awareness. This is going to be significant. See the hidden realm create conscious awareness. I told you, baby, I told you. It is going to be little encounter that you are going to have. Little spirit is going to make themselves known, and that in itself is going to let you know about an important opportunities, my babies, just behind the corner. But most importantly, is to do with the hidden realms, is to do with the different worlds, is to do with the different dimension. It's all going to start falling to places, you know. It's important because it's going to boost your confidence. Look, exactly the same card up again out. Absolutely remarkable, my gorgeous aquamarini. Okay, reclaim your mind, third eye vision. You see, nothing unusual. These cards are wonderfully and beautifully just letting you know and preparing you how powerful this month is going to be, and an amazing spiritual experience you're actually going to have. Okay, when it comes to your health, my gorgeous aquamarinis, this is very important. Now please try to boost your immune system. I know I say this every single time. I'm sorry, it's important. I'm gonna say it again. You need something to boost your immune system, so you're gonna go for something like organic acerola cherry powder. Organic acerola cherry powder, if you can take 1 little glass of water, 1 teaspoon, mix it up in the morning, and take that alongside natural vitamin D, and take that alongside natural zinc every single morning. And this is going to be a wonderful combination that you will have, that you will drink every single morning throughout the month, that is going to actually boost your immune system. Very important. On another hand, what else I was going to say, it's super significant for you to boost friendly bacteria within your gut, because your stomach is again showing a little bit of digestion problems. Try to avoid sugar as much as you can. Okay, try to avoid coffee as much as you can. Try to avoid or alcohol if you are drinking alcohol. Try to avoid sweets if you are drinking, if you are eating sweets like throughout this month. You know, dark chocolate, it's actually quite good if you like chocolate. You know, dark chocolate is actually much healthier for you than just a normal chocolate if you really like chocolate, for example. But it's just like a kind of, you just try to take care of yourself by kind of take it easy when it comes to the actual food. So I would highly recommend you something like a friendly bacteria, and also natural dose of B complex. I told you before, because on one hand you are going to have a bit of a stressful time throughout this month. So natural B vitamin complex is going to be both good for your stress level, my babies, and also for the entire digestive system. I said it before. And just make sure that the actual B vitamins, you know, in B vitamin complex, make sure that the actual B12 it's made in a natural way, and make sure that the folic acid is actually folate, and folate it's a natural version of folic acid. Folic acid is another one that they say, oh yeah, it's natural, but it's not. It's just made in like a chemical process, where the folate it's like folic acid, which is made in a natural process. So you just make sure for these two vitamins that are actually natural, so you just take the best, you know, for your body. So this is something that I would highly recommend you. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, just check with your doctor, check with your GP. Only your doctor, GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous aquamarini, is the 2nd of November, you know, the 2nd of November is going to bring you a really big moment. And you know why? Because the 2nd of November, it's going to be like, from the time you wake up, you're just going to feel like, oh my God, it feels like no, it's gonna feel a little bit different, but you will like this. You see, I like weirdness personally. I like anything weird, I like anything bizarre, you know. But then, you know, you are just going to like this as well. You will know, the bottom line is that the 2nd of November is going to bring you the moment where you will know that you're about to make a really big step. You will just know, this is it, I'm doing it, man, I am doing it. And it's just, you need to remember to be smart, like you always are, of course. Don't rush into anything, my gorgeous aquamarinis. Don't rush into anything. When you see that something is like bothering you, remember that the answer is within you. Okay, you've got more resources than you possibly think. in order to deal with the situation and problem which is going to annoyingly arise at the same time. The second important date, my gorgeous Aquamarini, is going to be on the 15th of November. Now, the 15th of November is going to bring you the end of the challenging times. You know, this is how you're going to feel, because things are going to start looking up. And this in itself, my gorgeous Aquamarini, is going to lead you towards a welcoming relief, you know, and at the same time, you're going to find your way to a really peaceful place, you know, the end of the sad time, and also some kind of travel, something that's going to really be playing an important role here, and this is the great time for success and also to manifest. Just to remind you, this is the great time for success and also to manifest, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. I highly suggest you to actually get something like an amethyst. November, December are both going to be important for amethyst, because this is going to actually enhance your third psychic eye. It helps you to connect to yourself. On one hand, it really protects you really beautifully, but on another hand, it helps you with your own spirituality. It brings you that absolutely beautiful and necessary balance, you know, that you need in order to just get on with your life without like kind of distractions, and it helps you to kind of like really weigh on things a little bit more, and then it helps you to also avoid the distractions around you at the same time, while you are keeping your focus really, really high by extending your third psychic eye and being able to connect to the situation around you on a much higher level. I highly suggest you to wear this, my babies, every time when you want to know a little bit more in November and December. Every time when you want to find out a little bit more, every time when you want something successful, amethyst is something that I highly recommend you to wear. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. Okay, so now basically, as I said, the 15th of November, just remember, this is a great time for success plus to manifest. Okay, you can take a little candle, just write something on it, light it, and then just say to the universe, yes, my baby, I want this. Say something that you want, you know, your voice, your power will go much further, so therefore it will manifest in a much more powerful way. On another hand, you know, there is going to be a remarkable accomplishment that you are going to hear about, and this is brilliant, you know, because it's going to make you feel really, really happy, and it's also going to bring you even more inspiration, the actual inspiration and confirmation that you're going to have. It's going to bring you more inspiration, you know, more time to, and that in itself, it's really going to affect your energy in the best possible way. The 30th of November is the third important date. Now, the 30th of November, you're going to have a very strong sense of learning, and you're also going to find yourself being attached and wanting to learn and being attracted to something that it's really going to surprise you. And this is all part of who you are, and something deep within is going to come out of you, and also something deep within from the past, from a long time ago, a very, very hidden part of yourself is going to come to the surface, and this is going to create a really interesting picture, which is slowly going to confirm to you that the learning about this particular thing that is going to take over on the 30th, it's most certainly very, very necessary for you and very relevant for your situation, you know, because it's just going to basically require from you to pay attention to detail, but then again, you know, it's going to help you out with the sad and the negative situation that will also at the same time heal with the time. You need to understand that the 30th of November, it's not only the last day of the month, but you just see it in this way, my babies, my Aquamarinis, you know, this is the time to let go of the past, personal growth that comes from challenges, you know, this is the time to get rid of the past, you know, this is the time to actually let go of the past. I know I've said it 3 times now, and because I want you to have this engraved in your mind, because by the time you get to the last part of November, you will know exactly what I mean, and you will know exactly where am I coming from, and you will know exactly what I was referring to, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, and that's why I said it so much. This This is to do with the personal growth, you know, that you are going to have, but also that it's going to be challenging situation, you know. This is most certainly going to lead towards healing of the misunderstandings that you had, you know, and also an important time to be there for those in need, okay? An important time to be there for those in need. Of course, that I'm talking about and referring to people in your life. This will be a very specific time when it comes to that, but on another hand, it's a specifically great time in particular when it comes to the time of the joy and success, you know, and also at the same time the plan that you will realize something that you started, a certain plan, it's going to work out really, really perfectly, you know. I can see you being very, very gratitude, you know. I can see your gratitude to the divine, and that's something wonderful because it's to do with the satisfaction, because it comes from deep within. When we are so happy, that we've done something and achieved something so important, that, you know, this just like kind of like doesn't only like show us the world of all sorts of possibilities, but it's just at the same time makes us so good, because it increases our personal vibration. Okay, so now my gorgeous Aquamarini, Aquarius, sorry. The first part of November, my lord, you see, the first part of November, it's a very much so about the success, good news, you know, and it's to do with something that you were working on, and maybe you did it again, and maybe you did it again, because it's connected to some kind of unfinished business that you worked on for a while. So now this is going to in return bring a good news when it comes to the actual success, and that in itself, it's also going to reveal some kind of hidden agenda. And what you're going to need to do is just to follow your intuition. Your intuition is going to take over, and where you had a fear of the unknown when it comes to planning about the future, now most certainly this is going to be a very important moment, which is going to on one hand help you with a certain conflict avoidance, but also it's competition. You are going to be part of the competition at the beginning of November, and that you're not even realizing. So do the best. You'll be watched like, no, don't get paranoid, no pressure. No, I'm just joking. No, but you are going to be part of the competition, so, but in a good way. So this is the time to show yourself, to prove yourself, to shine, because you will be noticed, and most likely are going to be noticed by the right people indeed, because it's to do with the communication breakdown when it comes to the mid part of November. It's about the communication breakdown in between you and somebody else. But when it comes to your family and maybe home, you need to work on that. You need to fix it. There is something that needs to be fixed, you know, when it comes to communication breakdown between you and some kind of family member. On another hand, you know, mid-November, oh my God, it's about a teamwork. Okay, on one hand, the group of people that are going to need your help, they're going to need your input. It's very important. So team of people, group of people are going to need your input. They're going to be struggling with something, and you are the one with the answer, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. You know what to do. You know the answer. So the teamwork, someone is going to benefit from your teamwork, but then on another hand, this is going to be very good for you, because it's going to help you to realize something, and that is going to give you an idea. And also on another hand, it's going to lead towards the control over situation. It's going to bring you strength and confidence and power. It's going to make you feel good that you are helping, that you can put your magical, beautiful, gorgeous input in it. The third part of November, it's all about, you know, it's very, very beautiful. It's like a lot to do with the actual, just a second, I dropped the card. Oh Lord. Now the third part of November is just like basically it's the, you know, ending. It's going to bring you the ending of an annoying stage, of like a really slow stage, the stage of your life that affected you, the stage of your life that brought you down, the stage of your life that made you feel negative, the stage of your life that kind of affected you in such a way because it affected your planning. So very, very good moment when it comes to the actual ending, and this is going to bring a put smile on your face, and it's also going to bring you a very important news and realization about a certain justice. You are going to hear a justice, and this is going to mean to you so much. Very, very important moment in time, because it's going to bring you balance. It's going to bring you the realization that there is the other opportunity behind it, but also most importantly is the advice that you are going to get. It's going to be remarkable, and the advice that you are going to get at around the end of November, it's going to be like you're going to be directly told kind of what to do, but it's going to come from the right person who really knows really well, who is very wise in your life and is connected to your life as well. So much. So this is what's going to happen at the end of November. On another hand, you know, you are gonna have a very beautiful experience when it comes to your own personal awakening, but in particular when it comes to your psychic abilities and spiritual insight, you know, and that in itself is going to be remarkable, because it is going to help you realize what you need to pay attention to, and that is going to lead towards something new. You will want something new, but something big, like a big step, new big step. So the end of November is very much so strongly connected to the 1st of November, but the end of November is most certainly going to bring you a really big realization about something new, like a big move. It's going to be connected to the big move, but it's all about this inspiration, the beginning and the new starting point as well. Very, very powerful time indeed. The end of November is going to enhance your personal power, you know, and also you will know what to be assertive towards. So you're going to feel very, very strongly, you know. And on another hand, just remember that compassion will bring about forgiveness. Okay, you are gonna have such an important moment, very important moment, and I really like it. You're gonna have a little test at the end of November, and I like it so much because they're gonna be so much beyond it. But the bottom line is that you're gonna realize that you're more powerful than you possibly know, in particular when it comes to you being strong, in particular when it comes to you feeling strong. You're very unique, you're very beautiful signs in many different ways, but this is going to help you to achieve so much after this moment in time, because it's going to open your eyes at the right moment in time, and that in itself is going to help you to see not things for what they are, but it's going to help you see way beyond it, and that in itself is going to create a very important starting point when it comes to you and your future planning. Oh my God. Okay, so now just one more thing I was going to recommend to you, my gorgeous Aquamarini. If you feel worried about someone, or if someone is bringing you negative energy, or if someone is worrying you about giving you an evil eye and things like that, Tiger's Eye is absolutely remarkable. Tiger's Eye I would wear every time. It's not only to protect ourselves against an evil eye, but the Tiger's Eye is absolutely remarkable when it comes to our planning, our future planning, when it comes to our career, when it comes to money, when it comes to finances, when it comes to our prosperity, when it comes to making the right decisions, when it comes to us having the right balance, when it comes to us expressing ourselves, when it comes to us doing things right. You know, this is fantastic. Every time when you do something to make like an important decision, or every time when you're like kind of like around people that you may not trust, like as such, you know, Tiger's Eye is fantastic because it's going to protect you and help you to say the right things as well for November and December and even January. Very powerful little crystal. This comes with the sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy the Tiger's Eye as well, it's in the description below right at the bottom. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle this card. Oh, the couples, you know, for those of you that are in relationship, you see, this is the Hanged Man. This is remarkable. For those of you in relationships, this is brilliant because you realize there is a very special reward that you are going to have. Something that you started, something that you were doing, something that you were working on. So now November, oh yeah, baby, this is going to bring you really important special reward. Not only when things are kind of start unfolding and working towards the right ending or progress, an important progress, but it's so much so to do with the knowledge that you will be enjoying something very special and very beautiful, both of you together. Yes, it is going to require a little bit of patience, a little bit longer, but most certainly you're on the right path, you're on the right journey. Very special reward you are going to have, but this also means like a readjustment. You're both going to start realizing things in a slightly different way, but that in itself, it's also going to help you to see both of you what is missing in the picture. Very important. So it is going to bring a quite significant readjustment to both of you. You will know that there is something very, very special and very important that you can both look forward to. Okay, so now you see I've got this too close to me. You are too close. You are too close. Okay, so now basically it's like my grass, you see. So now I'm just going to, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, I mean, Aquamarini, Page of Wands. I mean, this is remarkable because this is showing to me that there is going to be like, ooh la la, some kind of destiny and fortune moment that you're going to have. This is a lot to do with your wheel of fortune, which means that you are going to find yourself at the moment in time this month, something that you really didn't expect where you're going to be. So let's say you find yourself like in the street somewhere, or like in an object or somewhere, you know, like you will find yourself somewhere completely where you didn't plan. And that in itself is going to be remarkable because it's also at the same time going to be connected to the situation that is completely going to surprise you, but it's going to require from you to respond in a certain way. And this is going to be the time when you're going to surprise yourself, but in the best way, but also at the same time, it is going to be the beginning of someone quite interesting walking into your life, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. And there is someone very special who is about to walk into your life for those of you who are single and ready to mingy, and you're going to like it because something it's going to be awakened within you, and that person you're going to meet, and they're going to make you feel in like completely different way to everybody else, and this is going to get some certain butterflies within going, and you're going to like this, and you're going to like it purely because you're going to have an instant connection, but you're going to feel like you're very comfortable in front of that person almost immediately, and this is going to be very important sign as well. On another hand, you're going to have a very strong inspiration from this person through this person, and you are going to absolutely like it. What is better than being with somebody who's constantly and continually inspiring us? Nothing. Incredible. It's not going to be that long, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, at all. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, I love every single one of you. You're my gorgeous people. I love you so much, and I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. Mwah, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.